All right, hello everyone. So let's take a look at today. Now today the first hour is 8:15. All right, I'm doing this video at 9:21. These are the rest of the hours. Now remember, I talked about 1950 and 1948 was a target there, and I said we'd probably see 1950, and that's your 1949.13. So we pretty much did that there. As you can see, we did it in that Astro time period that I talked about. So that was great. So I also said we should be going up, so any pullback is good to go up. And if you did go up at the Astro hours, you could have even gone up here because the market broke out. Any pullback is good to go long into the target. So if you did that, great. So let's take a look at daily today. All right, so we're still in this zone. That's fine. You can see that that's the good buy kiss I talked about. The market touched it. Remember, I drew these lines yesterday, so no big deal. The market's pretty much done it, and if I just go make this a little larger, you can see better as well. Now the swing day for gold is tomorrow, so we still have a bit more room maybe to dig up out there. Yesterday I also said be careful because we're close to the targets, and that 1950 zone, 1948, the levels that I put there would be done. So once they're done, just take your profit and chill out and don't push your luck. Okay, let's take a look at the weekly again. Now on the weekly, remember that 53 is 1948.69, so the market's pretty much done it, and this is a place where the market might take a breather. If it breaks above that, be mindful. Why? Because the target is first of all too far out, and this is your indecision bar. Okay, right here. So the target is like I said, on the daily it's done, and on the weekly that's your indecision bar. And on the daily, as you can see, it's in that blue zone which I talked about. So there you go. All right, so what we want to do is maybe it'll go up a little bit more. That 75 is 1964. If it breaks above this weekly, okay, then don't stand in front of it and be a seller. Just be smart. Don't do that, because the market may break this, go up, take out the stops above there, and then push down. All right, so if it breaks out, relax, don't do anything. If you want to buy today on a pullback into the Astro hours, like into this zone where the market pushed up or slightly lower, then you can. All right, but it's good to see that the market's already done those targets which we were looking at. So be mindful, don't push your luck to the limits all the time. All right, once we understand that we're going into the 1950s since the beginning of the week, and if you've been following it since the beginning of the week, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so you should all be okay in that direction. So if we pull back down, then going back up again is okay. Do it with a smaller lot size maybe, or just wait for it. Okay, let's take a look at SP500. Now with the SP500, remember I had that target up there. This was the zone yesterday. You see the market dip down, comes into the Astro hour there, and then we're going up. Okay, comes back again. This is an Astro hour going up again. Nearly came to that target. Okay, but at the end of the day, you guys understand that this is the shaded zone. So once you go in, just know where you're going to take profit and get out. Let me just refresh this. On the SP500, let's take a look at the daily again. Remember, we drew this channel before. I talked about in September going for a double top. It's doable. We could really get up into a place where we can sell off, and that sell-off should continue at least until spring 2024, which I'll give you a date for later. I'm now going to get rid of this. See how this level now became support yesterday to go up. And on your 15-minute chart, this is where the Astro hour is. So the market came back, tapped it, and just went up. That's still a target. Let's take a look if that is still a target. On the daily, that's your LCL1, 4577. So you could put that 4577 on there. Okay, which is there. On the weekly, On the weekly, this could still go up a little bit. Let me just see the low of that, 4528. So I thought I put that on there. That is true, 4528 there. So this zone is a bit sensitive. Be mindful here. We could just go tap this, be slightly higher, and then push down. This is not a PST level. Okay, so therefore we don't have a level there. On the weekly, on the PST, it's too far out. Okay, but you can see this is where I said the market should get to. If you do a Fibonacci on your ATAM indicator, then you can, pretty much see where we're going to go. As soon as you draw that, you can, you can just say, okay, that's where we're going. It's the same kind of thing. Look, a good buy kiss here on the PST is, pretty much working. Let's do this as well. This is the weekly. Okay, so on the weekly, if I make this a little bigger, extend it a little bit. Okay, so we've got a tad more to go up there, like into that 4,540, I think. Right there, 4,537. So that zone could also be a bit of a target. Let's see if that matches something on our 15-minute chart. 4,537 is pretty much there. All right, so it's pretty much that line there. Well, that's pretty good. Okay, so we could tap into this, but this zone, like I said, it's more like a sell zone here. Also check your swing days for NASDAQ. Okay, that's also, it's gonna be also Friday. So by Friday we could end up somewhere. If we end up somewhere high next week, we're going to be obviously looking to sell in the new month as well. Okay, so this is the SP 500 there. Okay, so sorry, did I say NASDAQ? It's SP 500. Okay, and the SP 500 swing days still Friday. Okay, so we had Monday and Tuesday. That's your Monday, Tuesday. Sorry, that's your Monday, Tuesday, Whopper, nice. And that's your Wednesday, so we're in Thursday, okay, on the SP 500. So selling from these highs is okay, but also keep an eye out for Friday as well. If we go up a little bit more, I'd prefer to do that and tap into a price level around here, and they'll like really bring us to a double top. That would be nice to see. Okay. You could also do this on your SP 500 if you're on the daily chart. Let's see where that's coming in from. Not that one. We'll have to take this one. Okay, that might take us there. That's one level of a good buy kiss. The other one would be this level here. If I did that. Okay, which is there. So this zone is also okay. This zone is also okay. These could end up there, and then we'll definitely be looking to sell as well. This could be done in September. It's not a joke. So if you're going to keep pushing up, remember this is going to get to a level where we want to sell off, and then the market will definitely come down all the way into this zone here and down here, and we should then break and push further down afterwards. So at those levels, you can look to sell from the highs here or from the highs here, 4577, 4587. If the market comes back and you want to make them a target, you can, but just don't push your luck. We're already on Thursday. Okay, if you're going to do it, it's nice and safe at these zones here, 4,500, 4,509 zone. If the market comes back down, you can push up with it. Euro dollar, let's take a look at what happened with this one. Same kind of thing here with the euro dollar. Okay, now yesterday the zones were, or the hours were more like 11:15. That's your 11 o'clock. 11:15 was there. Beautiful. Market dipped down. I said we could go up, and I gave you those targets before. We still have a bit of room there, looks like, but we're just going to check the daily in a minute, so don't do anything yet and rush. And then what do we have? 355. that's your 355 there on that bar, and then we had from 355 to a 550 to 6. That's your 550 there and your 6 o'clock there. Okay, so the market just pushed up, came to the target 1.0936 on the radar, okay, in that time period, and that's fine. Now let's just refresh this page. So that's your zone there, and that's your first. It's like 8.15 there, but 8.15 is already gone, so you want to just keep an eye out for 11 o'clock, because until 11 o'clock I don't really see. From until 12:32 I don't see we're going to have a really decent swing, so you can wait for these 11 to 12:30 here, and then decide as well. Now from there till 2:50, 2:25, right, we're going to have some surprise news maybe, because the market should do something surprising, and that should end at 2:25. It should bring us to a place at 4:45 to 5:25 where we want to trade again. Okay, it's going to be the New York session. So 4:45 is there, and 5:30 is going to be there. All right, in that zone, and then we should finish the night around 10:30. Okay, and that should be like between 10 and 10:30. Alright, so I'm just going to move this to 10:30. Oops, not 11. 10:30 there. Okay. Right here. Now with the euro dollar, if I take a look at the daily, okay, as you can see, we've done that target there, and that's fine. We're expecting to buy from these levels, as you know, so no real surprises there. On the weekly as well, we talked about these levels, and I said we've got that 55 as well. Next week we could do that as well. If the market doesn't touch it next week, we go slightly higher, but it should still be around that 1.10, I'm thinking. And after that 1.10, if I just do this, 1.0982, 1.10, okay, there, that's still a target to do. The market can still do that, so buying to go up there is okay, not a problem. With the euro dollar, remember your swing days are going to be Tuesday and Thursday, so today looking for a reversal down is not a bad idea on the euro dollar. All right, and look, what did I say yesterday, or the day before anyway? I said we should go above this and take out the stops. Look, they go up, take out the stops, and close below that. So that's a sign the market will want to like kind of go down. So if we're hanging around here, selling off is also not a bad idea. There are no gaps here. The market doesn't have to come up here. They've pretty much taken it all, as you can see. If the market does go up again, there'll be a goodbye kiss situation around here, okay, and that's the blue zone there. All right, but in any case, on the weekly, you can see that this is the zone, the red dotted zone, and the blue zone is where I want to be selling off. It's already done the red dotted zone, so selling from these high levels is not a bad idea. If you did that yesterday, you can still keep that position, move your stop forward. If you plan to buy to go up again, I'd be careful. Okay, you can still go to 1.10. We don't know, but it could still be like, you know, if it goes up somewhere, think about selling, because it's a swing day on the euro dollar. Okay, and that's that. On the downside of things, if you sell from those levels, then obviously the opening and the daily pivot, and then coming down into 1.0830 is going to be your target zone. Okay, because once we're up there, like, we should be coming back down here. The market can also do like an A, B, C, and then sell off. That's also possible. Okay, like it did here, an A, B, C. You could also do that. If it goes up there and then closes above this, then a pullback into this zone will still give us an opportunity to sell from there. Why? Because if it does decide to go up, which I don't think it will until it should come down, okay, but if it does decide to go up, it should at least come back down into that 1.0850 zone before going up, at least, okay, so that we can have this fulfilled in order to go up. And that's that. Why? Because we've got a breakout here. It closed above, and also we've broken above that. So if it closes above this as well somewhere, then on the pullback down, buyers will be interested as well, and that's also going to be a Venus line here. All right, so you can still think about going long after that, but it should dip down in order to go up if it's going to do that. Okay, so in the interim, what you should be doing today is basically being a bit careful. If it goes up into that 1.10 zone, looking to sell is not a bad idea at the Astro hours. And that's basically it. Okay, if you want to buy, say no, I think we're going to go up, and you want to buy, you can just do it in a purple zone here, because this is where they shot up yesterday. So if we do come down, you're either going to buy on the daily pivot or down here. Why? Because the daily pivot is the place where they're going to pretty much close the gap here. All right, so this could be like fulfilled to go up. So either from the daily pivot or down here, going up is also an option. 8.15 was the first Astro hour today, but it's not a very exciting one. 8.15, yeah, it's not a very exciting one. So basically you can just wait for the other hours. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq, Bitcoin. Right, yeah, so here's Dow Jones. All right, so these were the Astro hours yesterday. Let's take a look. Here we are. Whoops. Right, these were the hours yesterday. All right, so we had a bit of a push from this zone into there. I did say the market should push towards 11.45, 10.30, 11.45. So this was the place where that push started. As you can see, the market just fell down. These are the Astro hours. Market starts and just ends up at the Astro hours here. Okay. Now remember, our direction yesterday was also long for this. Okay. So if the market came down, we should go up, I said. Now, because if it's going up, it's good, because then it's a sign they're going to be selling off. And we talked about this zone. I said this is your good buy kiss zone here. This is your good buy kiss zone. So this triangle zone here is going to be interesting for us, and that's where we want to be trading. Okay. So what we can do is actually pretty much look out for this zone here. All right, so and then you'll be able to make sure that you can get a trade in a proper place. Now once you get into that zone, okay, what happens is, let's get rid of that. What happens is you're going to have to look for the Astro hours for the reversal. Okay, but remember, we're also keen in September to look for a level where the market may make a double top. It could do it, okay, because this is a good pullback to kind of like retrace those levels where they sold off. And then if we, like I said, sell off again, it should be good. On the weekly, we're already in that zone. Okay, so we're already done that zone. Okay, so one more push up could just like really get us down, and that's a good buy kiss there as well. Look how it picked up last week from the target. If we start falling down again, okay, this should go lower, okay, and then we should really come back down into this zone. Then we're going to have this low zone here as a target. Okay, we might even break that actually. We'll see how things pan out. Okay, why? Because the market picked up here, so coming back all the way into this zone shouldn't be a surprise for us. Okay, so selling off again, like I said, is the way to go from the highs, and you could do that the Astro hours for the Dow Jones as well. So from those targets like I'm marketing yesterday, and you can see the market came to a target yesterday. All right, bang down into the Astro hours, going back up again, and that's basically it. What could that target be today? We still got that 60 level, which is 35,133. So mark that in 35 133. Whoops, right on the edge there. So this is also doable. This is already done, so I'm going to get rid of it. These targets are done, so we can get rid of those. And on the daily we don't have anything else there, otherwise they're all done. On the weekly, that's done as well. 56. Remember we said we'd come up to a goodbye kiss, and that's just done. 34 932, and that's fine. Okay, those are all done. What to do now with this? Well, for this, tomorrow I think was the day, wasn't it? Dow Jones. Yep, tomorrow. So Wednesday was also a day for this. So Wednesday, this could be our swing day, all right? Because if we go back up again and the market sells off here or here, then Wednesday is like a swing day. And then also Friday can be a high as well. Then on Monday, you want to be looking to sell it off, okay? So these levels are okay to sell. And like I said, Wednesday was a swing day. So if you're looking to sell from the highs, it's also doable. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. Let's take a look. So this is NASDAQ. Now with NASDAQ, remember we did these targets. Let's go back to the daily. This, I said if it breaks out, don't stand in front of it, okay? Why? Because we talked about this channel before, that the market would come up to fill a gap here, and that's logical. So market selling off from around here is also okay, not a big deal at all. So the swing day for NASDAQ, as you know, was Tuesday and Friday. So if you think about it, that's Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. What a whopper. Tuesday, bang. That's your beautiful swing day there, going into that higher level. So Friday we might reach some kind of level that we want to be selling at, okay? That could also be tonight when the market's moving from the New York session towards the Asia session. Let me delete these. If I take a look at the daily, there's no target here. On the weekly, there's that target which we talked about before, and that's 18854, which is too far out, isn't it? What's that? This line here is your HCL1, 15722, sorry. 15722. Okay, that could be a little high, but we don't mind. Okay, but this zone should be okay. Now, because NASDAQ did a breakout, okay, I wouldn't rush to sell straight away because of this gap here as well. So we could go up a little bit more. You could wait for a new setup on the daily if you're using your 8 AM strategy. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now remember, with Bitcoin, I said we'd fill in some gaps. The market did that the day before yesterday. That was an Astro hour. It did. And I said yesterday as well that if we go up, we should sell off. You could do that as well with Bitcoin. Bitcoin swing day is also Friday, so maybe Friday will go up and retest the highs, and if you want to sell it off, I think you can still do that. And once the market did that, I said no selling here. You could only sell if the market goes up, like, sold when the market went up. And I told you guys, I told all of you that this gap should be filled before the market sells, and that would be healthy for us, and that's what the market did. All right, so all good there. So selling from the highs, I think, is a good idea. This is a nice goodbye kiss. If you've learned technical analysis from me, these are just practical tools, where you can sell again. Okay, bang, bang. So with Bitcoin, the levels where you can sell at, for example, is 61, is 28,141. All right, so 28,141 is a target. If you're going to buy, you can go there, and then if you're going to sell, you can sell there. 28,141 is going to be around there, okay, in that zone. So retesting those is not a bad idea to sell at Astro hours. I'm just going to get rid of this, get rid of that, and that's that. Yesterday that was a level, the market came and done that, no problem. And also on the weekly, if you think about it, that 56 is a bit too far out, but you should write that 29,518 down. We could also next week tap this line again, no problem at all. If it does, we should sell. All right, so that's that. If you also, once again, learn technical analysis from me, that's your goodbye kiss level there, okay, which confirms that level, and that's your 29k. All right, so that could be done next week as well, just going up there, tapping it, and then coming back down. Okay, that'll also give an opportunity to fill the gap out with this level here. All right, 28,684, slightly higher. The low of that bar, as you can see, 28,535, so around there. Okay, so good level also to sell off. So if we, go up a little bit, selling down again, I think is the better way to go. And then we should break it off. We should break it below this level.